Well, I can also talk a little bit about that part. We have a we're trying to have like a strict ethical code where in our game creation where we don't want to create any games that has anything to do with pay to win, where we can pay and then get better than everybody else and then win the games. We want to create games where it's your personal experience, your personal effort, and your talents that determines the outcome. And of course, we're also making a play to earn versions, elements of the game, because where the better your characters are, the more you use them. We will implement like a ranking factor, so like more used character, more talented characters will be more valuable at the market, and you can complete. Will also be able to complete quests where you can earn different kind of tokens, MBT or gems. So that way, it will also be play to earn that rewards the enthusiastic gamer.
And I can tell you guys are very passionate about that. I love the play to earn as opposed to the play to win model. I think that, that is easily exploited, very easily exploited.
Mhm.
And how long have you all been working on the game? And would you like to cover some of the great successes you've achieved in this space so far?
Well, as developing game is, well, it's of course a very hard branch, but we're constantly facing new challenges and overcoming them. So that's a great success, and especially when you have a great challenge, something that just doesn't quite work. It's a relief when you finally get it, and then get to implement it the way that you wanted to implement it. So it's quite we have a long way behind us, but also we have a long red road ahead of us. So we're really exciting to be evolving. One of the greatest successes that we have landed is probably the partners that we have, where we think that, well, we are still about to announce them. We will announce them when we can. But each one of them kind of contributes in a different way to different aspects of our project, and they help us that way to realize our vision. So we're really glad for the partners we have, and that will definitely bring more life and realism to our NFT characters.
I think a lot of people have taken a long, hard look at your guys' roadmap, and it is very intriguing. You've got some mystery shrouded in there, and also some things to look forward to, such as the marketplace and the
Mhm.
NFT release in Q1. Let me ask you also: are you guys excited on the Twitter engagement and also breaking 1,000 Discord members today?
Yeah, we're really like the VeChain community, and our community in general are very supportive. So that's a really motivating factor also for the employees here at the office when they are like looking at the Twitter posts, and they're feeling excited about their work. So right now they're so hyped for getting a positive response. For the video we were working like until 1 o'clock at night yesterday just to get it ready for today. So they turned up 8 o'clock in the morning and continued working on the video. So it's really motivating factor to receive such a positive response from the community.
Those teasers get better and better every time a new teaser comes out. It just seems to re-hype up the entire community. I love it. So let me ask you a question about the roadmap. Would you mind touching on some things that you're most excited about, you personally are most excited about in the timeline, and how's everything coming along as far as meeting those timelines that you set for yourselves?
Well, I'm especially excited also for releasing the NFT characters, mostly because I know what they are, and we have been working on them for such a long time. They're gonna be like AAA level NFT characters, so it's gonna be really exciting to finally getting to release them. That's definitely one of the things. Also with Unreal Engine 5, it's simply amazing graphics you're able to do with the Nanite and Lumen features that they have that they have implemented on the new Unreal Engine version.
One of the things that I'm best known for is asking the hard, juicy questions that everyone wants to hear. So, I have to ask on behalf of the community. Um, what about the special announcement sections? And it would be very cool if you could maybe give us a little bit of a secret or a little bit grain of salt of information. We know that you guys have a lot of NDAs that aren't completed yet, but is there anything you can share with maybe just the exclusive people here in the Discord that may
Yeah.
not be public yet?
Well, I could tell that one of our partnerships we would probably be able to reveal late January, and that will definitely help us get much more realism into our NFT characters, really take it to the next level. And in my personal opinion, well, when we have been searching the other NFT spaces and other ecosystems, what that partner is going to bring to our NFT characters is going to be unmatched to in the current NFT space. So we're really excited about that. Also, the sex listing is probably going to be a little bit before originally planned, probably early first quarter, without giving a specific date. But yeah, so that's two things to really be looking forward to.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm smiling ear to ear. I have an off the cuff question that I didn't prepare you for. So if you would prefer to not answer it, that's fine. But I think a lot of people are curious. And what steps does it take to get a sex listing? And what are some of the obstacles you've encountered? And just what's the process overall? Like, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, pro and con. I actually know personally one of the guys in the top management of the the sex listing exchange. So I approached him with our project, and then got referred to someone else, and then yeah. So it's looking early first quarter in January.
And would you say that that connection you have with that person has kind of given you guys at Mad Viking Games a leg up as to where other people might encounter more obstacles than you had to?
Well, no and yes. I think maybe it helped with smoothing the process. Like we still have a lot of requirements to fulfill and everything, but it helps smoothen the process definitely.
And I guess that leads me directly into my next question, which would be about the MVG token, its utility. And I would also like to talk about the complementary gems token and its utility as well. Can you tell us a little bit about MVG token, gems token, and where someone can acquire them now?
Yeah, as like the MBG token is our main utility token, the Mad Viking Games token, and it's going to be broadly used at our platforms and our ecosystem in general. For those that don't know it, it will be implemented by staking MBG. You can earn gems that are like our secondary token, our governance token, and the marketplace of gems is going to be completely determined by the stakers. The company will not sell any gems. All like 99.99% of the total supply of gems is going to be in the hands of the stakers. The last 99.001% is going to be for community rewards or in-game rewards for like completing quests or something like that. So beside of gems just providing with voting rights, and it will also be an essential part of the in-game economy of the game. So and if I have to say something in my personal opinion, this is completely not an advice, but just my personal opinion. From my perspective, it would be very wise decision to hold on to your gems. Some very special things will be put on sale, only purchasable in gems, and it will probably maybe be sold to the highest bidder.
Wow. Okay. So just to make sure I understand and everyone understands with me here, the MVG token is a utility token, and the gems token is the governance tokens, and also will be used to acquire in-game items and special items only acquirable by having gems. Correct.
Exactly. There will be some things at the marketplace that only be acquired by using gems.
And holders of MVG will be able to stake their MVG in return for gems token. Right.
Exactly. So holding NVG earns you a passive income of gems. True.
Wow. Wow. And so, will holders of MVG have the option to stake their MVG in a pool of sorts, or is it just holding it? I know holding VeChain in your wallet automatically generates the VTHO. So, how will the process of staking your MVGs go? Do you guys have that worked out?
Yeah, it will be an opt-in version. So you can still hold your MVG tokens in your wallet completely under your control. You just have to sign up on our website for the staking process, because we want it to be active staking. You have to do something like a minimum in order to stake. But it will be pretty easy, like 3 clicks with a mouse.
Wow, very very cool. And can I ask what the minimum MVG somebody wants to stake their MVG for gems? What should the target goal of your MVG bag be in order to qualify for staking?
Mm. Well, right now it would be 500,000 MVG tokens, but we are working on maybe implementing a lower tier where you will still get some MVG tokens, but not as a high ratio if you have 500,000 MVG tokens.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I've noticed a lot of people are aware of the 500,000 mark, and a lot of people are consistently working through dollar cost averaging and things like that. That me as well. So I'm very excited to be able to acquire gems via staking. Is there any other way you'll be able to get gems? Perhaps like will you be able to purchase gems on VExchange the same way you purchase MVG, or will it only be acquirable through staking and in-game play?
Well, you will be able to buy it from you will able to sell your gems if you want. If you stake and earn gems, you will able to sell them to other players who want to buy gems, but maybe doesn't have the necessary MVG tokens in order to stake and earn them themselves. So you will be able to sell your gems to other gamers who either want to buy in-game items or wants to have some voting rights and have more influence on the game development. So that's another way you can purchase gems on the market.
Very cool. And while we're talking about games, I saw on the roadmap and a couple announcements that you guys have two games planned for release in the year 2022. Could you please share a little bit about both games and how people can get involved as quick as possible? I've noticed that when people hear about the game, they want to be able to set a mark on their calendar of when they can be at their computer to participate in the minting and participate in beta play, bug testing, anything like that. So, can you tell us about both games that you have planned for 2022 and how people
Yeah.
can stay up to date and involved?
Yeah, we're trying to with our games, or two games we have in the making. We're trying to graft two different styles of gaming. We have a turn-based version that's more aimed at esports and competitive gaming, where we have a partnership that we will announce shortly before the release with one of Europe's biggest tournament organizers, who will host our game when it comes out. And so that's like a shot to try to get traditional gamers that doesn't necessarily know about crypto, get them into crypto space where we are the competitive gaming. The other hand, we are making an open world version where you can more that's more directed towards exploration and being social with other gamers while completing quests. In regards to, you also asked about community involvement, right? The team, we read all the suggestions that comes in our Discord channels. There's like a suggestion field, and we continuously read them, evaluate, and talk about them. Or here, and the community actually comes with really good ideas. Some of them we have actually already implemented into our development. So, or looking forward to implement into the development. So yeah, if you have a great idea, something you want to share, feel free to go into our Discord, the suggestions section, and just post it. We will also launch a limited version of the open world game, before time, where you will be able to experience the quality of the game on your own computers. So based on that, people will be able to give feedback. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, man. So you mentioned earlier in our conversation that you've been watching other blockchain games and things like that. So you guys seem pretty confident in the novelty and uniqueness of your game, and you guys seem to have a huge team. We've seen a couple different videos, one of your office, a couple teasers of the actual game itself. And I think I had you in my AMA on Twitter Spaces 2 weeks ago, and you mentioned how hard your team is working. Would you mind sharing that story one more time, specifically with the keyboard? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's because they're very enthusiastic about the project. So sometimes they just keep working, and sometimes I have to tell them like they have to go home and sleep, get rest. So once I have to like disconnect his keyboard because just it just kept working. But we definitely use a lot of time here in the office. Maybe in some case a little bit too much time. I can vouch for that. Sana and I we have sometimes we have actually slept in the office because it saves a lot of time, like transportation time between the home and office. It's easier just to sleep at the office sometimes, but yeah, and everybody here working full time, 45 hours a week minimum. So yeah, they're very enthusiastic team, and yeah, they that they can actually hear me now. So I will say they are really good, hardworking people.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so I'm going to move on to my final question here, which is essentially just if you have any final thoughts or comments on what the community should be looking out for and where's the best place to stay up to date. Would that be Twitter, Discord, Telegram? And how can we, as VeChain holders, support your success of Mad Viking Game Studios?
Well, I think the community is already doing a great job about spreading the word. It's thanks to them that we have come so as far as we have now, and we have a incredible, supportive, and patient community. So that's awesome. It's also awesome to see how strong the VeChain family actually is. We are truly humbled about the support we have received from the VeChain community. And I think we try to like get the news to our Twitter, Discord, and Telegram all at this more or less on the same time. Our Reddit and Medium page is also quite good places to follow us.
I love seeing those Medium articles, and you also do a weekly update. You guys have committed to a weekly update as well. Do you want to talk about a little bit about that before we move on to the question section? So you want to talk a little bit about your weekly updates a little bit, Mad Viking?
Yeah, we're trying to do a weekly update on our game development. Of course, since the weekly update is not gonna be like every update that comes out with some new cool feature, something new breakthrough in every update. It's just gonna be like game development is like small steps each week that we're gonna publish, so people can like keep in touch, stay grounded about the development of our games.
I personally love that approach. I think that it's a great approach, and there's a level of accountability there. There's a level of confidence there, and there's also a level of engagement there. So I think you guys are hitting a beautiful triangle with those weekly updates. I personally love them, and I hope you guys keep them coming every. I think it's every Monday or Tuesday when you release them. So when those Reddits come out, you guys have a subreddit, and I love reading those. I love reading the Medium articles. And I think everybody else does too.
Nice. Yeah, it's every Monday we make the update. Yeah. So and yeah, and people have given a great response to the update. So we're gonna try to continue with the weekly updates. So
Yeah, it's like everybody kind of gets to peer inside of what game development really is, and it's just been fascinating to watch. So let's go ahead and get right into the questions. Our first one is from Svaboda, and he asks for the MVG team. Have you applied to be listed on any CEXs? Do you have any timetable for said listings? Anything you can share around that?
yeah, we expect the early first quarter um, to be listed on a sex. That's not non-affiliated with the VeChain ecosystem. So it would be like a new user base, a new circle of interest that we're gonna be reaching.
All right. We have VTrain asks, any chance they could go into how difficult it is to build on top of Unreal Engine 5? I just noticed another metaverse project on Vet that will be using it. How difficult is it to build on Unreal Engine 5? And I guess that's kind of a subjective question depending on
Yeah,
skill
yeah.
base, but
I think that's more a question for the game developers. I just see the result and the progress they make, and I have a little bit of experience myself, but it's mainly them. But I think they're really enthusiastic about the the game development and the engine as a whole. And there are some things they could do better about the engine, but overall it's amazing graphics. And when you first get into it, it's nice to use.
yes, I know that I want to go ahead and announce to everybody we are having some technical difficulties with one of the game developers who is hoping to be up here and speak, and we're still trying to get him up here to speak. So if we can, we'll get him up here to answer some of those questions. And if our CEO here can't answer them, he'll do his best to cover it to his best of his
Just
ability.
also just to mention that the programming language that Unreal Engine used, C++, was actually invented by a Dane, just like us. So we're really proud to be using that programming languages.
Excellent. Next question would be from Kareem Han. How can you resolve playable with Unreal Engine with blockchain? So I guess he's asking, where do Unreal Engine and blockchain meet?
Mm. I think that Unreal Engine can provide like the world, the graphics, and the faster paced development, where they like the terms of in-game items and characters. That's gonna be the blockchain part. So that's like the for now. That's like the angle on it.
I'm going through all these questions here, guys. We got a lot of great questions. Don't stop asking them. With the NFT, VeChain Payne asks, with the NFT characters, are some P2E and others just collectibles? For the P2E, can you lend those NFTs out to somebody so you can earn a percent of their profits for people that can't afford the actual NFT?
It would be a great thing to implement it. We might consider it long term, but right now we don't have it in our development plan to implement lending. But I know the concept, and it's a great way to like the one has have bought the NFTs can earn a percentage of the on the NFT. So the lending system is definitely a good idea.
Thank you, and guys, just keep in mind that there might not be a direct answer for some of these questions, but these are all questions that I've seen out in the wild on Twitter and Discord as well. So we're just going to keep going through them. Mac McLean asks, one game to in a year is ambitious. How are you accomplishing two without sacrificing quality?
Well, a lot of the quality also comes with Unreal Engine 5, and it actually creates a lot of synergy between in the game development because we already all the characters we're making to both games, all the idea, the concept ideas, like different systems, but the background is the same, and it actually creates a lot of synergy between the game development when we both are developing the open world and the turn based. They're all sitting at the same office making the both games step by step. So it creates a it's good environment of synergy. Of course, it's ambitious, but yeah, so far it's progressing fine.
I will put a pin in our general chat questions and give the floor to Sid Fire for any question that you may have. Let's keep it limited to one question, please, Sid.
All right, thank you. So I love how you guys doing with the website. I just saw it. I was wondering if you guys have any plans on marketing to bring in a bigger community.
Yeah, as when our platform are ready and the sex listing is on place, then we roll out more heavy marketing. But we want like those two things to be ready in order to step up our marketing.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for coming on, Sid. I think you're more than
Thank you.
welcome to kind of hang out here, but we're going to keep moving on through these chat questions. Roxas asks, do we need a high end PC to play the game?
Well, we're trying to program for the future. So of course, graphic cards and everything, all each year they're coming out stronger and also cheaper. I think for the open world version, you would get the full extent of the game by having a high end PC, definitely. But you can also play a lower graphic version. But right now, it's more the PC rather than the game that set the graphic limitations. Um, but yeah, in terms of the turn-based, we're trying to make it more simple in terms of graphics in order for everybody to be able to play it. Also, if it has to be esports related, it has to be accessible for everyone.
That leads us to our next question from VeChain Maxi. Plans in esport? Question mark.
Yeah, we are definitely going for esports with our turn-based game. Definitely. We also have a partner that would like be the stepping stone for us to get into the esports market. Definitely. So that's an area we're really going to look forward to. I enjoy playing video games myself. I thought I was good at, for example, Dota 2 until I played against CERN and lost 20 times in a row. But yeah, it's we're definitely going for esports also.
Man with no name asks, will there be community beta testers for the initial game release?
Well, we're still considering that. We have to also to be careful because we need to be sure that the beta testers are that's like it's in the crypto space. We need to be careful that the beta testers are trustworthy, that they won't like share anything. So it might be beta testers, but they will have to verify their identity in order to be able to test the games. Of course, we will have the limited version, world version that will be open for everybody, no matter if they are verified or not. It will be open for everybody who can join the limited open version of the game.
Chud Nufsky asks, how many characters will you be able to create in the MMORPG? Will you only be allowed one, or can you create up to X amount?
Well, we're going for 6 different races, and each race is going to have 4 unique classes. So that's like the general pool of different characters. 24 for AAA level characters. So each of these characters are going to be able to breed and create half breeds of pure bloodlines. So of course we have also implemented a one-child policy. But if you have, for example, 2 first-generation characters, they can breed and create a son from that point. So it's another way to earn by playing because this you can sell this half breed on the market. Just if, for example, if you have a bright elf and a dark elf, and you want to have a son with them, you can create a half bright elf, half dark elf son. Of course, it's gonna be more and more rare because of the one-child policy. So if you have 2 second-generation characters and they want to have a child in order to have a third-generation character, it's gonna be more rare because you need more characters also in order to breed them.
Natoshi asked, and before I ask this question, I'd like to preface it by saying, the VeChain community is very, very big as it is, and the VNFT community is growing every single day by, immeasurable amount. So, I see a lot of new members. But Natoshi asks, how do you plan on bringing in a large community, including people outside of VeChain?
Well, we also the sex listening is also gonna be outside the VeChain community. So that's a way to brand it out to broaden the community. And we know that one of the great factors is that we're able to reach outside the VeChain ecosystem. Also with maybe with a future cross chain into the Ethereum network, and that way we could easily bring in people from there and let them get to know the rest of the VeChain ecosystem.
Boren asks, I have a question. Are we able to get MVG merchandise?
We are actually working on setting up a web shop with MVG merchandise, and so we will make an announcement about that soon. That's gonna be really interesting, and we will have international delivery.
V Family Man asks, how many languages does Daniel speak?
I speak English, I speak Spanish fluently, I speak Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, and a little bit German.
That was an awesome question. Cryptanzi asks, will we see a budget for artists to contribute to the project, say musicians?
Yeah, we're actually working with a professional music company that's gonna like really another thing we will be announcing in the future. But it could also be awesome. It's an awesome idea if other musicians could contribute with some more local music that's gonna be inside the games. That could actually be quite awesome.
Let's see. We have Jess asks, what's the origin of your business logo? We love the look.
Oh, it's actually a walnut rod that symbolize Odin. In old days, the Vikings they used to put it on the tombstones of great Vikings. So like they are the worthy of the honor of Odin, the god of war. So it's a symbol for Odin and also for great warriors that died with honor and came to Valhalla.
Craze G asks, with land being so popular in P2E games today, will there be a land sale or land distribution for token holders?
Oh, that's a question we have been getting a lot. And I try to avoid it, but we will maybe we will implement something like that. It will be a different kind of how can I say it without revealing too much? It will be a different system that people have seen in other many other projects, but we are definitely working towards implementing some of that.
Patrick asks, what are your goals like for MVG 1 to 3 year horizon? Example, number of game players, collaborations, company size, etc.
Well, it would be definitely awesome to be able to collaborate with other. I think the first step is to get a product out, and then when they see our product, collaboration comes naturally.
His second question is, how realistic are the 2 sneak peeks you released this past week? A lot of games have awesome trailers, but then the in-game environment looks, for example, very pixelated and not at all like the trailer, because your
Oh,
sneak peeks looked amazing.
the last one we uploaded is actually in-game photos. So the limit if you have the computer that's capable of it, the quality will be as in the movie. That's why we named it in-game quality, like to demonstrate what quality you can expect if you have the necessary graphic card and computer in order to play a high level game. It's gonna be an
V-
amazing exploration because of the graphics of Unreal Engine 5 are amazing. Like the realistic illumination and also the nanite feature, because the nanite means that it's only gonna be showing high level graphics where the character are. So everywhere else is gonna lower the graphics and only focus on the viewpoint of the character, which means that you can have a high quality graphics without demanding as much as it would from the computer.
VeChain Kiwi asks, sorry if already covered, but will there be game tournaments where teams or players can wager a prize of MVG or gems against other players?
That would be that would be a nice way to broaden our turn-based game. Yes, it could be a nice way to implement it.
Mark Marky Parky asks, how many devs in the MVG team?
How many devs? One, two, three. Depends how you count devs, but if you also count externals, I would like overall like 14, 16 people overall, all included. Yeah, maybe more. Depends on how you count it, because we also have our partners that are going to that's supporting us in development.
Flameferter says, "Why did you choose to build on VeChain Thor blockchain?"
Oh, we have been holders since VET was then, so it feels natural for us to select VeChain as our first choice. Also, when back in April when VeChain lowered the transaction fees with 99%, that was like a game changer for people who wants to make games at VeChain, because they need a lot of transaction, and the lower the cost the better in order to get a lot of users. So the 99% lowering of the fee was definitely a good a necessary factor in order to build games on the VeChain Thor blockchain. But yeah, we know that VeChain, we have been in VeChain for so long, and we know they have a strong community. So that's why we chose VeChain for the VFam.
I couldn't have said it better myself. The B fam is very, very thankful to have you here, MVG. Next question comes from Tony Turbo 42. What will the NFT minting process entail? There's a second part of this question, but I'm more interested in the first part, which is what will the NFT minting process entail? Will you be able to find, say, an egg or similar in the game and take it to a minting station and generate a random but possibly rare NFT?
Yeah, it's gonna be more in the well. All the NFTs are gonna have different skills and features that's gonna be important in the games. So that way, every NFT is gonna be unique. Also, the half breed are also gonna be even more unique because of they have a visual difference between them.
Bro Gunder asks, what sort of game related experience do the devs have? There are rumors someone who also works for Blizzard is also on the team.
One of the people who are in charge of quality assurance from our in character development also works for Blizzard. That's true. Blizzard Entertainment.
Our final question is from Kigak. Are referral links able to be set up for bringing more people to the platform?
Well, that would be a nice way to do it. Like you could say for each person that you are referring to the game, you're in a gym or something like that. That would definitely be a nice way to promote the project and reward people who are actually actively promoting and spreading the word about the project. That it's a nice idea. I will take it back to the group and look how we could implement it.
Guys, we have about 12 more minutes left in the chat. If we run out of questions, we'll wrap up a little bit early. So if you have any final questions, please submit them now. Our final question as of now is from Ezra.matrix. Is there a maximum amount of NFTs that will be released?
Well, from our part, there's gonna be a maximum amount of NFTs, yes, from the company part. Of course, when the breeding starts, there can be more NFTs, but we don't want the marketplace to be overflown with NFTs, which is why we have implemented one child policy. So people won't go like it won't be an overflow with new NFTs. We want to keep the rarity in the NFTs.
We have a couple more questions rolling in. Amedica asks, will there be PvP in the open world game?
That's definitely one of our goals to implement it. Yes.
The gatekeeper of Valhalla asks, can you give an example of an in-game mission, perhaps to give us a flavor of some of the gameplay?
Yeah, I could, but a part of it is also that you have to discover the mission. So yeah, it's a missions that it's not well the missions that we are working with now. It's not like you go to an NPC and they tell you the mission. You have to like walk around the world, and then suddenly you stumble upon a mission. Of course, yeah, I can't really reveal a concrete example of a mission, because that would undermine the idea of that you have to discover it. Yeah, I can't tell it without Søren getting angry because I'm revealing something I shouldn't reveal.
I'm sure you've already made plenty of plenty of people on the team quite angry with answering these questions. And before I continue, I just want to say thank you so much for answering all these questions to the best of your ability, off the cuff. I think that you've done a great job at, as Brad says from VC, demystifying some of the things that people are curious about. So you've done a great job of that, and I really appreciate it personally. Stam asks, can we compare the NFTs with another project quality wise?
Yeah, do you know the game God of War?
Everyone knows.
One of the character developers also was involved in developing the characters from God of War. So you can expect that NFT quality, maybe hopefully a little bit above.
Wow. The architect asks, will MVG holders earn marketplace fees or any other additional benefits?
Well, there was well if you have a treasure chest NFT, then you can get a reduced market fee. But the market fee in general is gonna be either put into like community rewards or some other like repayment for being engaged in the community.
Let's see. Chaz asks, how valuable do you foresee the chest becoming with their ability to generate more gems, get discounts on things, and more, along with the ability to choose the OG characters first, combined with the extremely low supply of them? They seem that they might be highly sought after. Will these have their own unique marketplace just for chests to be bought and or sold?
Um, yeah, it will be there will be like two well actually three, but for now I can only tell about two kind of NFTs. The item NFTs where the chests and the Odin shield, all of those is gonna be for sale, and then the another one version with the character NFTs, the AA level characters NFTs that's gonna be there. So it's like gonna be two separate marketplaces, one for the characters and another one for the items. Well, for the long term run, for the turn base, it's really important to have a balanced feature and constantly updating the balancing in the game in order to get more engagement. Maybe adding new features long term. Also for the open world version, our goal is to start in Midgard and then long term expanding to the other worlds.
Guys, that's it for the question. Oh, whoa. We got one last one here. And then we'll call it. Okay, you've done so much for us, and opened up so many doors for people to speculate, and also confirmed a lot of rumors. So we'll have one more question, and then we will let you go and let you guys get back to work. Wesley asks, will the game be open and playable for U.S. players?
We expect it to be yes.
All right, we're going to call it there. I'd like to take the last 5 minutes just to thank Vet Mike, Peter Cresswell, VeChain Official for hosting the THORSDAY, and really taking that extra step to engage with the community. I think it's something that's been highly sought after, highly desired, and very effectively implemented over the past few weeks. You can look forward to more VeChain THORSDAYs every single Thursday. If you or a project you know wants to be on VeChain THORSDAY, please fill out the Google Doc form. You can reach out to Mike, VeChain Official, or anybody else affiliated with VeChain to get that form. It's also easily locatable on Twitter. So if you guys want your favorite project to be on here, whether it be Mad Viking Games again, or anything that you want, just go ahead and have them fill out that form and submit the request, and they will get back to you in a timely fashion. So big shout out to VeChain Official, big shout out to Vet Mike, big shout out to Peter Cresswell, big shout out to Oliver behind the scenes for feeding us these questions and sifting through all the chat. Second, I'd like to thank the chat themselves. We've had, I think we topped out at about 180 listeners. That's an amazing amount of enthusiasm. I too am very enthusiastic about the VNFT space. So congratulations to you guys for being early. Congratulations to you guys for being dedicated. And without you, VeChain Official, Mad Viking Games, or any other project basically has no one to give their product to. So big shout out to all the listeners and all the people who are joining in. I'd also like to say, make sure you make friends with Discord people. Make sure you hop on Twitter, hashtag VFam, hashtag VNFT, and make sure you follow all those people to stay up to date with the all the stuff that comes out, new and improved news, all that stuff. And finally, I'd like to thank you, Mad Viking Games, for the weekly updates. The amazing job you've done here today. I think you made a lot of people happy. I think you answered a lot of questions, and I think you gave us a lot to think about. So thank you at Mad Viking Games. Every single person there, we're very thankful that you're working hard every single day, and we see those results, and we're very happy. Mad Viking Games, do you have any final thoughts, statements, comments, or questions?
I just want to say thank you so much for letting us come here at the VeChain THORSDAY. It's truly amazing, and it just confirms how strong the VeChain ecosystem is, and it's just gonna get stronger from here on.
I want a +1 in the chat for that. Thank you, Mad Viking Games, for coming on here. We really appreciate you taking the time out of work to come on and chat with the community. It means a lot. Thank you, Bet Mike. Thank you, VeChain Official. This is another completed VeChain THORSDAY. And I believe next week we are going to be taking the week off because of Christmas, and then we'll be right back at the beginning of January. So make sure you stay tuned to VeChain Official Discord. Make sure you join Mad Viking Discord. Make sure you follow everybody on Twitter, and make sure you support the project by liking, retweeting, and telling a friend. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, and y'all have a great rest of your week and a good weekend.
Perfect.